Multi-use venues are exactly what it says on the box. They've got to be multi-use. They've got to be able to be used for lots of different events, and particularly if it's a facility that's been initiated by something like a Commonwealth Games or an Olympic Games, you've got to remember that actually this is going to be used for another 50 years by the local community. And I've had the privilege of leading some fantastic teams on projects, both in Australia and internationally. Some of the projects include MCG and Marvel Stadium, Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre, projects in New Zealand, the USA, India, Indonesia. Had some great experiences in delivering those over the last 25 years. When we originally designed Marvel Stadium back 25 years ago, it was out in the middle of nowhere. But in the subsequent 25 years, a whole precinct and a whole suburb has developed around it. The project was all about opening it up to the outside. So it's got fantastic bars and cafes and things that now open out to the community. Really not about, putting more seats in. It was about making it much more attractive to both the patrons of the stadium and to the community around. Arena with operable roofs are a really interesting project, quite complex, and it's an area that Aurecon has got a fantastic track record and have worked on all of the large operable roofs in Australia. So that started on Marvel Stadium, which is big roof panels, 160 metre spans by 57 metres. Then we did John Cain Arena, then we did Perth Arena, then we did Margaret Court Arena. I've been involved in probably the biggest aquatic and sports centre in Victoria, which is the Melbourne Sports and Aquatic Centre. We did both stage 1 and stage 2 of that, which was used for the Commonwealth Games in 2006. So I've worked on lots of different types of venues and got enough grey hairs to have been around a while, but certainly I think I bring that experience to the team. And the team I led for the Lusail Stadium project, we had 200 people working on that at any one time from 13 offices around the world. It was a real fast-track project. Keeping all that in line was tough, but you learn a lot from those sorts of experiences. Understanding the client as well, understanding the drivers, maybe understanding the issues before the client even understands them. Having been there, done that, is something that is key to my role of keeping the client informed, bringing them along the journey with us. The National Tennis Centre was an interesting project. They wanted to have some tennis courts that were suspended with habitable space underneath. Of the Grand Slam venues around the world, every one of the tennis courts is actually on the ground. So there wasn't a design criteria for how they could design those courts, and so they turned to us and said, well, how can we do this? So we got some professional tennis players to do some exercises, trial serves and jump smashes and running backwards volleys, that sort of stuff, on sensor plates to actually measure dynamic response factors. And then we set about developing an actual design criteria, and then how are we going to actually design something based on that criteria and then check whether it works at the end. There's lots of different ways that projects can be delivered, and we've worked under numerous different sort of alternatives, whether it's managing contractor or ECI or D&C type, architect-led, design-led, competition, builder-led. There's no hard and fast rule to say which one is the best. The best is the one that suits that client at that particular time. We have no real objection to any delivery methodology, and part of my role would be to make sure that everyone's aware of the advantages and disadvantages, and once we're within the delivery mode, then understanding what we're signed up for and making sure we deliver on it. Yeah, I think that's a strength of Aurecon, that we do have clever people, and we bring the right people to the project from wherever they're situated.